Hey guys, I've got another battle recap for you today. This time I tried out Champions of Contagion and went up against Custodes, Lions of the Emperor, I believe it's called, which was actually my first time going up against them. And what I'll do is I'll give you an overview of how the game played out. I've got the score on the side here. I'll talk about all the mistakes I made, all the cool things about this new detachment, and kind of like how the game played out in general. So let's start off by going through the lists. I typically do not bring a lot of infantry in my Death Guard list, so this was definitely stepping a little bit out of the comfort zone for me. Lately I've just been bringing like 5 Plague Marines and that's it. So yeah, today I was running a lot more than usual. If you haven't played Champions of Contagion yet, it's very infantry focused with attached leaders. So starting off, I had a 7-man squad of Plague Marines. These were mainly melee focused. I had a Biologus, Plaguecaster and Rhino for them. Down below that, I've got a 10-man squad of Plague Marines. These guys were more shooty focused. They also had a Plaguecaster, Biologist and Rhino. I had a Death Guard Demon Prince on foot, a 10-man squad of Poxwalkers, 1 Predator Destructor, 2 units of Chaos Spawn, 2 units of Death Shroud Terminators, 1 with a Lord of Virulence, 1 with Lord of Contagion, 1 solo Tallyman, and 2 bloat drones with heavy blight launchers. In terms of my opponent's list, and apologies, I'm not very familiar with Custodes, but this is more or less what he had. He had 2 of these, I think they were Warden units, and I didn't make enough leaders. They both had leaders. I'm not sure what leaders they were, but they had leaders. He then had a different squad which was more like anti-infantry focused, and they had a leader where he had like some magic attack or something where he could do like 12 attacks. It was like anti-infantry for dev wounds, and then he had a solo character on its own which could come back to life, so essentially it had like 14 wounds. I think it came back on a 2-up. So yeah, he had 3 squads of strong Custodes. He had 1 squad of the flying ones, Venatari I think they're called, a solo leader on its own, 3 units of these Witch Seekers. I think one of them had a leader as well. Let's give one of them a leader. And 2 bikes and a leader, and then one of the big tanks. These tanks are so good. And we were playing Tipping Point and Terraform, and I forget what the thing is called. Is it the one where you can like redraw secondaries? But anyway, in terms of deployment, and like always, I made mistakes like straight off the bat. I'm so bad with positioning. I don't know why I keep winning these games. It's I keep on making rookie mistakes. I find that with the new Death Guard army rules, you have to be so much more mindful of where you place units, and without having sticky objectives as well, you need to think about, okay, well, what unit's actually going to stay on objective. So I had my Poxwalkers spread out, screening out this corner. I had my Tallyman screening out this side, and the Predator Destructor kind of in between them. This group here in the Rhino, they were in reserves. These guys were, I think they were behind the ruins here. But because of that, and my Death Shroud Terminators were also in reserves, my Tallyman was the only infantry unit I had on the board. And to make use of the Demon Prince's Lone Up, I decided to put the Lone Up Demon Prince over here, which in hindsight I don't think was the best decision for me. Chaos Spawn, I had 1 on the line over here, and I had 1 on the line over here. And then bloat drones, I put 1 on this side, kind of like behind the ruins, and this one was, where did this guy go? He might have been over here somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head. And yeah, in terms of my opponent's deployment, he had 1 tank over here. The bikes were in reserves. These things have scout, so they were, I don't actually know if they had a leader or not. I may have got that wrong, but they were kind of like this. This was in deep strike. This guy was like right on the line somewhere. He might have been behind the ruins. So with these guys, there was another squad in the ruins like right in here, and then another one over here. It was more or less like this. Now talking about the matchup for a second, in the Lions of the Emperor detachment, they get +1 to hit and +1 to wound if they have no allies within 6 inches. And that pretty much negates the Death Guard extra toughness that you have, and also the -1 to hit if you're running that contagion. I was running -1 to save this whole game, so that was alright. But yeah, anyway, we rolled for turn 1, and I actually won turn 1, so I moved all my Chaos Spawn onto these objectives to start terraforming. There were a couple of scout moves that happened on his side as well, so these ones all came up, and I think, no, they stayed on the objective. Turn 1, there really wasn't much to do at all. I think I moved like the tank in here, and this is where I kind of realized I made a huge mistake with my Demon Prince, because he was so far away from everything, and there was nothing I could do really. In hindsight, I should have put him around here somewhere. This Rhino, I think I got, was it recover assets? Yeah, so I put the Rhino just inside of no man's land here. I was being very, very greedy. I knew this tank would be able to pop out and see me, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do this here. And then I think I did it with one of my other units. It doesn't really matter which one it was, just to try and score a few extra points. I think I also got containment. Yeah, I did. So this bloke drone moved over here, and I think one of these units did containment. Might have been the Tallyman actually over here. So yeah, not much happened turn 1. And like I said, like I said was going to happen, this moved out, and I was within 12 inches of the Demon Prince, so I could pop smoke for free. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and yeah, my Rhino just got popped straight off the bat, and it's my own fault for being greedy. Like, you should never, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't think it was worth it, you know. I should have just kept him hidden and played it safe, because I would have got so much more out of it if that hadn't died there. In terms of the rest of these guys, they all kind of shuffled up. They jumped onto the objective. These guys like moved up here. I honestly can't remember what they did. I think they may have like stayed. This was like the shooty squad. Yeah, they kind of like stayed behind here a bit. But yeah, because these guys jumped on here, they cancelled my terraform with the Chaos Spawn. And yeah, that was kind of it. So that was all of Battle Round 1. Nothing really happened at all. Battle Round 2, this is where things started to happen. I moved up my Plague Marines. I kept them within 12 inches of the Demon Prince, because I moved these guys up over here like this. Because there are a couple of really good stratagems in Champions of Contagion. You can do 1 CP crits on 5s, which I didn't need for these guys, and you can do 2 CP reroll hits and reroll wounds. There are a couple of boxes you have to take. They either have to be in Contagion, or they have to be below starting strength. That might be it. It's one or the other. But one of my favorite plays was with this Chaos Spawn here. I advanced them. I just rolled high enough to get them over like this, and put these guys here in Contagion. They were like right up in the corner, which meant in my reinforcement stage, I was able to rapid ingress my Lord of Virulence and my Lord of Contagion, like just over here, and put so much pressure on almost his backline. Like, this is the start of turn 2. Predator Destructor, such a shame. I could not see anything at all. And Bloat Drone, I had moved up over here to get line of sight on these guys down here. I think this one I just moved up over here. I didn't want to expose it because I was really scared of this tank here. But anyway, in response to my rapid ingress, he brought the bikes in, deep strike them over here. And the Venatari as well, he deep strike them, or rapid ingress them, sorry. Sorry, the bikes must have been over the side. These guys are over the side. So yeah, that was a cool move. Lord of Virulence chose to look at this leader. Basically all of the shooting from the Plague Marines, I killed these guys and I killed him. He rolled a 2, so he came back to life. I then charged him, and because I was, crits on 5, sustained 1, I managed to take him out with... I don't know if this was a good trade, because this is such a huge points investment. Chaos Spawn tried to terraform again. And then over here I made 2 6-inch charges. I literally rolled 6 twice. It was so close into these guys here. And yeah, I flunked. I think I killed like 2 of them. And then on the punchback they killed a lot more, but my Terminators did not perform very well in this game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So on the punchback, yeah, he killed a few of my Terminators, unfortunately. But the good thing was I managed to put get him to bring all of his reserves on this side, so I didn't have to worry about D-Strike or anything like that. I wasn't too sure what I was going to do about these guys, because I didn't really have much of an answer, a melee threat anyway on this side of the map. But yeah, in his turn, he kind of like moved these guys around, and there's like this trick that these guys can do. They just have to pass over. You can do models, and yeah, these guys like popped out of combat and then multi-charged my Lord of Virulence and Chaos Spawn. Not sure, he must have been with these. These guys like popped out to get line of sight on my Plague Marines. This was looking at something. It might have been my Terminators over here, and these guys moved all the way into the corner here. Basically, I made a lot of my invols, and these guys died. And I can't remember what happened over here, but I'm pretty sure he killed all of my Death Shroud. It was literally just my Lord of Virulence and Lord of Contagion. This might have been in turn 3. I may have made a mistake here. These Venatari came over here, and they basically, all of these guys shot into my Plague Marines, and they died. You know, even with toughness 6, I feel like Plague Marines, they still go down so quickly. And it's probably one of the reasons why I don't really bring them that much, is it's such a huge point investment, and once they're out, they're so vulnerable. In this detachment, you can spend 1 CP to give them an extra 2 toughness, but it didn't really make a difference against their +1 to wound. One thing I forgot to mention is when the Biologist kills a character, you now get +6 OC, I believe, which is kind of cool. But he died straight away to shooting. Oh, the Plaguecaster though. I remember I overwatched these 3 Venatari when they came in. I hit all 9 attacks. I rolled a 6 for number of attacks. I wounded with all 9 of them. And he made 6 or 7 invols. And then I rolled really low on the damage, so I think I only killed like 1 of them. It was really sad, but my Plaguecaster, yeah, he tried his best. Another thing I forgot to mention as well is I rapid ingressed my Rhino over here, and I think he shot at it with these guys, but it still survived. I don't know what these guys were doing. And these guys came over here and killed the blow drone. So at the end of turn 3, this side was looking a bit scary. My Terraform got cancelled again because of these guys out OCing me, and this side I just flunked so hard because all my Death Shroud Terminators were dead. I had Lord of Contagion, Lord of Virulence. I did have a big squad of Plague Marines in here. That was kind of like, that was the main thing which kept me on the game on this side. But yeah, I dropped them out. I ended up going through the wall. I charged these guys. I'm pretty sure they had a character here. If they didn't, I made a big mistake because I took the final ingredient thing, and this is where I got final ingredient. But if there wasn't a character in there, then not that it would have impacted the game at all, but yeah, just something I need to be mindful of. I grenaded these guys. I shot them with something, and I did end up killing the bikes. I think I had no prisoners this turn as well, so that worked out really well for me. And at the end of his turn, it kind of looks something like this. Sorry, at the end of my turn, I killed these guys with shooting. My Predator finally got to shoot at something, and like my positioning over here was so bad. My Demon Prince was so like turn 3, he's just trying to get into the fight. It was such a big mistake. And you can see like at this point in the game, my opponent's starting to lose a lot of his models, and so am I guess, but I still have so much. I've got my Blow Drone, I've got my Predator, I've got my Demon Prince. It's just their positioning is so bad that I can't really do anything with them, unfortunately. I think my Predator got some shots into this actually. Managed to get one of the las cannons through and one of the auto cannons. But yeah, eventually he moved these guys over into here to kill the Chaos Spawn. Let's get rid of them. So they were on this objective here. These guys had to stay here to hold this objective. Actually, I got these guys around the wrong way. It looked like this. These guys moved up to kill these 2. And they killed the Lord of Contagion, but I did roll a 2 and managed to bring him back. And then he multi-charged actually into my Plague Marines, and both my Terminator Lords absolutely destroyed my Plague Marines. Like I was saying, they just died to a breeze. But my Plaguecaster and Lord of Virulence, Plaguecaster's got really high damage output. Like, yeah, he killed all the Wardens pretty much on his own. And then there was one character here left on 1 wound because of Lord of Virulence. And then in turn 4 or 5 or whatever it was, I just moved this guy over and like tank shocked him to kill him. I think my Plaguecaster got grenaded or something like that. This got killed by something, but at this point there was nothing in the game. I had moved these over like this and shot all of these up. So literally at the end of Battle Round 4, my opponent only had these 2 units. So we kind of just talked it out from there. But yeah, talking about what I could have done better, positioning is something that I still need to kind of get my head around. Unfortunately, I couldn't really make much use of some of the strats. I used the +1 toughness on my Death Shroud. Didn't really make a difference because I just rolled so badly. And I believe I did use the crit 5s on my Lord of Contagion and crew. But without any rerolls to hit, it wasn't as impactful as I thought it was going to be. Especially with a 3-man squad. Maybe I should have brought a 6-man squad instead. Plague Marines, I absolutely wasted this unit here. It was such a waste of points. I should have been a lot more careful with them. This squad here, I think, performed pretty well. You know, they killed a lot before they died, at least. And otherwise, yeah, it was a close win. 76-63. I feel like I made so many mistakes in this game. And maybe that just goes to show like how strong Death Guards still kind of are. Like, you can still make a lot of mistakes and do okay. I tried my best with secondaries, but you can see even with secondaries there were a couple of turns where I didn't really get where I failed to do anything. But yeah, that was my first experience with Champions of Contagion. I think I prefer, I've played Virulent Victorium and I've played Mortarian's Hammer. I think Virulent Victorium is probably my favorite so far. I'm going to try all of them out. This one was fun, and if you like infantry, you'll have a lot of fun. I don't think my list was really optimized, and the final ingredient thing would have been so much better if I wasn't playing into Custodes, Lions Emperor, Lions of the Emperor. But hey, that's just how it goes sometimes, right? Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this battle recap. A bit of a short one today. And yeah, let me know which detachment you guys want me to play next. I've got the Flybone Host, which I need to try out, because obviously there's been some changes with that. I've got Taliban Summoners. I've got the Poxwalker one, which is probably the only one that I can't really play because I only have 20 Poxwalkers. And then, what's the last one? Oh, the Terminator one. Maybe I should try that one. Let me know. Anyways, I'll see you guys.